What's up, it's cinemashogun here, and I've been covering Gypsy Rose ever since she got out of prison. However, I did not know that this train wreck started years ago while she was still locked up. I wasn't following up with her day-to-day life behind bars. Don't get me wrong, I knew of her case. I saw some of the trial. I watched her TV show. I watched a documentary or two. But I had no idea that she had all of this nonsense already going on while she was behind bars. I had no idea about all of the ex-boyfriends, ex-fiancé, and all of the other dudes she had visiting her in prison. I had no idea that she's already been through multiple relationships and she was already supposed to get married before while she was behind bars. I had no idea about any of that. But as I've been looking into her situation lately, I've been mentioning that the internet has turned on her. They're canceling her. They're tired of her. And I understood at least one of the reasons why. But I did not know that there were other reasons until recently. Now, naturally, as I've said before, I think that people are fed up with seeing people like Gypsy Rose become rich and famous for doing nothing. Of course, people are going to question why we're treating this girl like a celebrity when all she did was get out of prison for killing her mom. So I knew that a lot of the backlash was from that, right? I knew that a lot of people eventually would grow tired of seeing her all the time. I knew that a lot of people would eventually question why she was given this celebrity status. However, as I'm going through comments on her social media post, I keep seeing this reoccurring theme. People questioning her, people angry that she hasn't donated to certain charities. People are angry because she hasn't been out here advocating for other victims who went through things like she went through. Now, I don't think that she should be forced to do any of that. But from everything I've gathered, from the comments I've seen on her social media, from the comments I've seen on my YouTube videos, and from the conversations I've had with people who know more about her situation than I do, apparently, for years, she was promising that she was going to get out, she was going to raise all of this money for charities, she was going to pay back the random charities that her and her mother conned out of money. Because, they tricked a lot of charities into giving them money, giving them trips, giving them free stuff. So she's been promising people that she was going to get out, change her life around, and that she was going to be a voice for other victims who are in similar situations as her, and that she was going to raise money and pay back all the money her and her mother stole. She was making these promises. And ever since she got out of jail, it's been crickets on that end. There's been basically no talk of that at all. Now, I just thought that people were just genuinely getting upset that she was being treated like a celebrity. And there are tons of people that feel that way. But Gypsy actually grew a following behind bars. A lot of the people who are upset at her aren't just random people who are just now tuning in. These are supporters of hers, followers of hers, who advocated for her to get out of prison for years because supposedly she was going to get out and be this positive voice in society that was going to make a change to ensure that things like this don't happen to other kids. But she got out, and immediately she's on every podcast you can think of. She's on Good Morning America. She's on The View. She's on ABC, NBC, CBS. She's got a reality show on Lifetime, a documentary coming to the E! Network, another reality show. She's promoting jewelry. She's doing all of this stuff. She's doing literally everything but what she said she was going to do when she got out. She didn't tell people that her plans were to be a celebrity. She didn't tell people, oh, I'm going to get out of jail. I'm going to sign all of these deals to have all of these different reality shows. I'm going to go on Instagram and start promoting random businesses. She said that she was going to get out and be an advocate. That she was going to get out and do whatever she can to be a voice for other people like her. That she was going to get out and she was going to get all of this money, raise all of this money, and pay all of these charities back that her and her mother conned. But there's been basically no word of that ever since she stepped foot out of prison. It was the immediate Gypsy Rose show. So all of this time, she's been fighting to get out of jail, making it seem like she was going to be this positive member of society, when in reality, she's just turning into another reality show bimbo. And I don't think that society needs any more people like that, let alone someone like Gypsy, who did something like Gypsy did, running around like she's a Kardashian or something along those lines. I think it's absolutely insane that our society has propped up people like this, but I didn't know that there were all of these broken promises. They were all, it's like she was just, filling people up, gassing people up with all of these false hopes and dreams, and then she got out, and it immediately became all about herself, like the narcissist that she is. So her fan base, it's not just normal people like us, and I'm not saying that her fan base isn't normal, but her supporters, her own fan base, they're some of the most vocal people who are speaking out against her right now, because they're realizing that they were conned. They were manipulated. Gypsy Rose manipulated all of these people into feeling bad for her, and she manipulated them to fight for her freedom, because she was going to be this voice, this powerful voice to help out everyone. So she basically manipulated people like she always does. And then the moment she stepped foot out of jail, it was a whole different story. It was the Gypsy Rose narcissist show. Feel bad for me. Give me money. Give me reality TV shows. Let me sign my name on this contract deal, that contract deal. I'm going to have this book, that book. I'm going to do this podcast, this podcast. Hasn't raised a single dollar for any of these people. Hasn't really said a single thing about other people who were suffering from what she was suffering from. So if you're one of those people questioning, why is the internet suddenly turning on Gypsy Rose? If you're one of those people questioning, why are people being harsh on Gypsy? Why are people canceling Gypsy? Well, this is one of the reasons why. I believe there's multiple reasons as to why, but this is one of the reasons. And even though I was unaware of this until recently, even though some of you all watching this video right now were unaware of this until watching this video, Gypsy Rose is very much aware. She realizes, she knows why a lot of these people are turning on her now. It's because they were conned, they were duped, they feel stupid that they spent years trying to fight for her freedom, and she got out of jail and immediately tried to turn into a new reality TV star. Okay? So even though I didn't know about that until recently, even though some of you all didn't know that until recently, Gypsy's followers knew, and Gypsy knew. And the way she's been responding to this shows you what type of person she is. Because she's posting these little videos flaunting new diamond necklaces that she's getting for free. And she's posting these videos lip-singing songs about how she's going to be successful, living in a multi-million-dollar mansion as you never make anything of yourself. That's her crapping all over the people who fought for her freedom because now she thinks she's better than them because she's been given millions of dollars to film reality shows and to do talk shows, podcast episodes, and what have you. So, almost immediately, Gypsy's show has shown her true colors, and I'm sure there will be damage control at some point, but by then I think it will already be too late for a lot of people. But I'm glad that I was able to, gather this information. I'm glad I had conversations with people because it helps me better understand where some other people are coming from, because I've explained where I'm coming from and where I think the general audience is coming from when it comes to how they feel about Gypsy. But knowing this whole other angle, knowing that a lot of these people who are upset have been supporting her for years and years and years, that just makes this situation even worse if you ask me. But for now, let me know your thoughts about this down in the comments below. While you're down there, if you would like to donate to the channel, you could do so via CashApp or via Super Thanks. Or you can help the channel for free by liking, subscribing, and sharing. But with that being said, I'll talk to you all soon in the next one.